Guys, welcome back to some more Guild of Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be going through the second version of the Endless Run, and I want to run through some of the buffs and debuffs that we do get within this mode. Now, of course, looking at it here, we are in the Deadlands. Right now, we're ranked about 33. So I'm hoping with the second run for today that we'll be able to get this done. Now, you'll notice right off the bat that we are running Expert. So we have Masters. As you can see right here, recommended Guardian level 150. Point multiplier 1200. That is right. We're saying 800. Recommended Guardian level 125. My heroes are 110 plus, which means the expert level would be exactly where we want to be. I tried Masters before. It was a very, very short run because of all the damage that we took in there. Now, of course, you also want to remember the segment highlights. You can see right here the boss battlefield. They go through boss battles in every room, but also the domain bonus. So each active Hydrus Guardian increase your score by 5, 25 score max. Now, I also do run when we come in here is running your command order. So this is actually 4 different domains that you can actually get out of here. Increases the XP in adventure mode, which we do not want. Increases the gold. This one is the dungeon coins in adventure and endless. And then the final one is increases the endless score gained. Now at the start of combat, all guardians gain 50% damage reduction for 4 seconds, which is the gambler, which we'll pick up. And I'll show you kind of how I've been running through here. And I think it's pretty ideal. Again, we've been kind of fine tuning this since we've been going through this the last couple days. So let's go ahead and confirm the abilities in here. So you can see the facet bonus is right here. So I'm going to pick up my regular team, which is a pretty strong team. Now, of course, you could run some more crowd control in here. You could run some support. You could run some different heroes. Now, again, one of the rumors that a lot of players have been kind of talking about is when you look at the buff that we have up in here is if you look at the regular heroes that also carry the same facet bonus is that you can put them in here and they are going to give you extra points up to that 25% cap. Now, again, I have heard players say this is not true. I have also heard players say, yes, it is absolutely true, depending on the heroes that you have in there. So I'm going to drop them in here. And of course, we do get the bonus for the command order, which means that you'll notice, remember, we're getting an 800% buff in here. Let's go ahead and start this with the team that we have. Boom, there we go. So this kicks it off, of course, in the first floor. And the runs in here really depend on what you end up and how you build it out early. Now, thinking of the lower floors, of course, are a lot easier to go through. Even looking at the camp, we have meditation to get a rare rune. Rare runes we always get. I do the forage. Now, the reason for the forage is these guild coins. Now, there'll be a debuff in here where we no longer get guild coins. And of course, when we get to the merchant, there are actually a couple things in there that you can't get in the regular run. And also paying attention to what debuffs they have in here. Incoming magic damage has a 15% to give attack speed. Then, of course, over here, a lot of it is the burn and the detonate on here, and attack speed goes up. So you have to be really cognizant of what we really do have in here. And I'm going to go for this one. Now, of course, this makes a big difference when you start getting into the higher levels. And running this, remember, we were running this 3 times a day. Now we're down to running this twice a day, which is very, very cool to go through here. Makes it easier, and I like the game. I really do enjoy this game. It's pretty cool how you go in here. You can auto it, you can manual it, a bunch of different ways. You can see we ranked up to rank 32 right there. But looking here, so we got 8,904 points. We got the 848 bonus. Now, of course, when it comes to the dailies, you can see them popping up right in that top right. The dailies, this is how I complete pretty much, 80% of the dailies is going through here, getting the chest, getting the enemies, everything like that is literally going through one run. So you can see there, so the bonus 8480 in addition to what we normally get. Now, of course, now it gives us a rune. So you can see right here, it shows you a number of how many heroes that you do have. Now, remember, when it comes to this number, it is going to include the heroes that are not in the party. So looking at our party right now, we do contain 2 mages, which means this is going to give us a pretty good buff out of there. But looking at a couple of these, remember, some of these heroes we do possess, which are running in our 5-man team. The rest of them, even though the numbers are kind of skewed here, because we actually don't have those heroes in our formation, makes a big, big difference to know exactly what you're up against and exactly who you're running in here. Now, we have said this before, is when it comes to the heroes themselves, you got to know really the classifications or the domain that they do have. It is important to know what you're buffing and how you're buffing them and what essentially is going to be the most effective. Now, the last time we ran this, it was the shielding or the immunity ones, which was a nightmare going through here. And boom, we're getting the 8480 every single time, making a really, really quick run of this. Now, of course, we have lifesteal, we have intelligence. We're going to go ahead and level that up once more because, of course, remember, with the intelligence heroes, I am running 3 intelligence heroes in the back row. If you look at Leah, if you look at Tivak, and if you look at our other one, the whole back row here, looking at Tarvos, looking at Tirok, and looking at Leah, all of them, and you can see it was kind of an insta-kill right there, but all of them are casters, which means a big buff to the caster is going to make a big difference. Now, of course, we have magic damage. Attacks go through shields, and then the physical damage reduction. I kind of saved the physical damage reduction till the end. I tried to buff up essentially my magic casters earlier because that's what I'm running. If you're in a group where you're running a lot more physical damage, you're of course going to choose some of the different abilities in here just based on what you're going through and what you're running within here. Boom, pentagram goes out. You can see almost takes out the entire team. Cyrus finishes them off with the big sword right there. And there we go. Very easy to get through here. 3,500 already, so doing pretty good. We have our Redeemer, we have a Charge, and then of course, deals increased damage. Now, personally, I like the Charm, and the reason for it is, I'll show you guys in just a minute, but you can see we have a Merchant. Now, right now, I feel it is too early for the Merchant, so we're gonna pick up the Camp, and the reason we're picking up the Camp is we want to trigger the secondary ability in here, which I'll show you guys right here through the Camp again, making these easier, these runs a little bit easier. One single time you can give the command order, boom, that is going to give us a 50% damage reduction for the first 4 seconds that we come into combat, which means we are going to get in really the ability for the front line to survive is what we're looking for. So here is the curse. These are very important. You can see right here, every time an ally dies, enemies gain 15 HP. There's a shielding, and then there is also a physical resistance and a magical resistance. Out of here, I would choose the graveyard because it's going to be a lot of floors before my my allied heroes die. So chances are when I get to a floor that my allies actually die, it is going to be a wipe of my entire team, which is exactly usually what I see is when we get to a floor where all of the heroes essentially are going to die together, because that is usually how it runs, especially because the back line is doing an incredible amount of damage when it comes to building these out. So normal attacks, Imperial Guards, and then boss battles, Guardians gain attack, defense, and HP. Absolutely, because if you remember, every single battle in here is a boss battle, which is, again, a really, really big reason to do this. Now, of course, we are trying to get out of here, and honestly, the endless mode with these Divine Seals are the most important thing within this game. You know, playing it for the last couple weeks, absolutely 100% the biggest thing, because you can get the unique items for your heroes is coming out of the endless shop, but you also have the ability to build those up, and you also have the ability to get a lot of EXP scrolls when you're using those endless tokens in here. Now, of course, guys, we're only on room number 8. It goes by pretty quick at this point, and then it continues to get more difficult as you progress through here. Boom, we go to rank 31, and I'm hoping, again, we can make some pretty good ground in there, getting some of those guild coins. Boss, we're going to go ahead and build up the boss even more. Attack, HP, and of course the defense. We have to keep the front line alive. As soon as the front line dies, it pretty much folds all of the rest of the team very, very fast. Now, of course, the first time, if you remember, we did skip the merchant. The second time we're going through, we are going to get the merchant. We're going to use the merchant. And also when it comes to the randomly selected rooms that we get, there are specific ones that we're looking for. So there we go. So we got some HP reduction, again, physical reduction, skill damage. I'm going to go ahead and buff those mages up just a little bit more. That way we know when the enemies start getting more defense, when they start getting more HP, we're going to be actually able to burn through them again pretty well. And I like my team. This is the team that we're focused on. And what I've noticed also about this game is when you're to this point, so I have a pretty good 5-man team. It is the founder team. They are very, very strong just because they were pretty well built. But overall, when you start looking at my team, it's very, very hard to advance them based on the amount of souls that we need. So here we go. So attack by 50% of defense. Not going to affect a lot of the casters in there. Tank alt grants a shield. I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. So we have treasure, we have camp. Now camp we have already done. We got the buff in there. Treasure, this one's usually always monsters. Mist of Fates, we are always going to choose. And the reason for this is we're looking for the ley lines. So that is one that we're looking for. Battlefield runes, this is just going to essentially search until we get to the point of getting a battle. One, that's 16 coins right there. Picking up another battle means that it's going to give us a rune. There we go, we are ambushed. But again, we are looking for the ley lines are the ones that we're looking for out of there. And you can see T-Rock that just kind of crushed it right there. And I like the team because not only do they have a lot of damage, but they also have a lot of defensive capacity because of the way that they are actually built. So here we go. So normal attacks are going to go through shields, which I like. HP recovery on tanks. Now, I only have one single tank. That is in my formation, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's go for an HP reduction, which of course, they're going to get healed up. Now this, when we had the immunity, there was absolutely no reason for that specific rune because of course they were immune for those first couple seconds, so they always healed. This one is not the case. So here is our next curse. Energy is reset to 0. You do not want that. That is probably one of the absolute worst ones in here. No longer able to obtain dungeon coins. I'm going to hold off on that one, and we're going to go for the physical and magical resistance in here when the enemy gets low, because again, we know the backline that we have in here with our casters is going to do a ton of damage in here, and we should still be at the point where you can see, even looking at Leah, most of the normal attacks kill them out. There was even 100,000 damage that we did within this formation. So again, we're looking for a pretty few specific rooms. There we go, and I love the charm. When you think of the charm, like we were kind of looking earlier, the charm is my number one rune because again, we are trying to make the back line do more damage, but we're trying to shield a lot of the damage that the front line is taking, which you'll notice as soon as I go into combat that the front two heroes will actually have little hearts that appear over there and they will attack each other. So you'll see these front two monsters right here when I go ahead and attack, hearts will appear and they will attack each other. There we go. That makes it very easy to get through here because again, we're taking off some of the damage that the tanks would be suffering and really putting it onto our own enemy or the enemy just attacking an enemy. And there we go. Like I said, with the dailies, going through here pretty easy. So we got Redeemers, Guardians blow up, which I do not want. I'm going to go ahead with the Redeemer because of course, Kark is the first one, or our little orc with the double axes is a Redeemer. So we do want to build him up a little bit further. And it gives them the life leech. Now, looking at Cyrus, Cyrus does have a considerable amount of damage mitigation. Now, Karuk does have the immunity, but we want to make sure that he is getting some healing out of here. And he kind of does on a regular basis. We want to keep this front line alive. Now, a lot of players will run double tanks in here. A lot of players will run double support. And again, looking at the heroes that I possess, we are running kind of a unique setup. So we have tanks, we have Redeemers, which again, we were already using. Now, Keeper Focus, you can see we have 6 Keeper heroes. We actually do have quite a few Keeper heroes in there, but I'm going to max out the shield. That way, if we do, again, need some survivability, trying to wait for Tarvos to go ahead and do his heal ability in here. But overall, we have a speed buff, we have an attack buff, we have an energy buff. The team is pretty sound. Now, we could also put a few other heroes in here. Again, I know the team that I'm running is pretty pay to win. It's a pretty heavy, strong team, but you can see as it works very, very well. And the team dynamic, like I was kind of saying, is when it comes to having the tank, running double tanks, having some of the immunity or some of the heroes, some of the support, you can even run one damage dealing hero. Mage skill goes up by 20. We're getting that. So here we go. So we have a camp. Again, we've already done the camp. We are looking for the Mist of Fate. Looking for the ley lines. We could do some searching. We could do a couple different things in here. But there we go. We just get a straight up another boss. Boom. This, of course, is going to yield us another rune. And that's essentially what we want. Now, Starfall with Leah, it does do a little bit of a slower damage. And of course, if you didn't know, you can actually pause this. It's right actually behind my camera on the left. You can pause this and reset it or restart it if a hero does die, making sure that you are keeping everyone alive. So what do we got? Explosion, normal shields. Look at this. First 20 seconds of the battle, all Guardians ignore fatal damage once. I will absolutely take that if by chance there is a really big crit, if by chance one of my heroes are going to take fatal damage. In the first 20 seconds of battle, they're not going to take that damage. Now, of course, here's another curse. We got what? Physical reflection. Guardians can't use the ultimate. When a Guardian takes a crit, I like this one. Now, again, we could go ahead and do this, but reflects 50% of physical damage. That means that Karuk and also Cyrus are going to have the reflect. I'm going to go with this one because, of course, they are not always going to critically hit. But if they do, they're only going to be removing energy from the first two heroes that we have, making it a really big difference. Now, of course, there's the big AoE from Leah, and Leah goes right back up to 100% of her energy because of the enemies that she just killed, and we do want it to carry over. Keeper Guardians, physical and explosion. We are going for our Keeper Guardians that are going to provide some of the poison effect in there. And of course, looking at the Keeper Guardians, I believe we have 2 Keeper Guardians in here. Maybe just one, maybe just the one, but there we go. There's our 3 treasure chests, like what we were looking for. Go ahead and knock out that daily. And now we're looking for the merchant. This is a point where 1, we want to pick up the merchant, and 2, we want to pick up the ley lines. So I'm hoping pretty soon we're going to see either of those. We have 629 tokens already. So we are pretty poised right now to go ahead and pick up some of those bonus buffs. There we go. We're up to 28. Making some progression. I am happy to see it. Start a battle. The HP goes down. Buffing the attack. Damage increase to enemies with lower HP. Now remember, over the top, the lower the HP goes, the more damage we're going to do. We also do have the curse that when they hit that 35%, their physical resistance and magic resistance go up. So over the top is kind of a counter to that. Because again, we're going to be doing more damage as it's going down. It's going to buff their physical resistance, but they are going to take more damage, which is exactly what we want. And as you can see, I don't know why they ran all of these with the chroma skins for the enemies. I don't know why, but I'm not a huge fan of them. I like the details of the characters. I like how they look, the design, the build. The chroma just gets rid of all of that, unfortunately. There we go. So you go Redeemers, reduces the healing effect of enemies. That is a good one. Now, again, as we continue in here and we do get stronger enemies, you'll see that there is some healing effects. You will see there are some shielding effects. We want to make sure that we can burn through those as fast as possible to maximize the damage again that we're doing with these heroes. And we're getting the shield off the back. Boom. There is the Starfall. Should burn through them pretty quick. If it reaches them. That's the other thing to remember with Leah is if they're too far away, that Starfall is not going to make a difference at all because they're not going to be in the little ring that drops on the ground. There we go. So we're at 26. I am pretty happy with being at 26. We have Keeper Guardians exploding, more attack of defense. There we go. So now we got our merchant. Finally, we got our merchant. So one thing that I never realized before is when we're going in here and when we are doing the merchant, there is actually this one, the Wandering Priest. You can see we can use this one time. It is going to take 200 of our coins, but using this one gets rid of the curse. You can remove a curse that you want. Now, of course, with Starstones, I buy these every time. We've been buying them out regularly. Now, leading the way, Frontline Guardians gain 20% energy when damaged. This is one I don't think that you're going to regularly drop. I do not see it drop. So of course, that is one we want to pick up. And then I believe we're at 263, 340. Mages gain area damage. There we go. So unfortunately, not enough to get this last one, which we could have definitely used, but it only gives evasion, which again, a little bit of survivability. I will take the AoE. Now at this point, since we've been through the merchant room, this is the point, if a curse runs up that has do not gain any more coins, I go ahead and I pick that one up because again, we've already been through the merchant. We already got the buffs. Now we're just looking for those ley lines. And let's see if we can get the no more guild coins energy, which that's the one that we literally just got rid of. Let's go for a little bit of shield here. I don't want the reflecting damage. The reflecting damage can be absolutely detrimental to your party. And if you're running a little bit low on HP like we were right there, you can actually turn the alts off, which again is right behind my camera. The speed, the alts, and the pause, just making sure that you can kind of just naturally do slow attacks. This one, I'm going to get the Imperials, but doing the slower attacks in here will actually allow my healing abilities to go off without my team getting run over just on some of these boss ones. Getting more of these endless tokens. Boom, there we go. Another 12. Back to, and again, let's go this route. We got the burn effect in here, but I'm not too worried about the tanks. And you can see how long these endless runs are taking. I feel like if we could step it up probably another floor, we'd be doing a little bit better. Now I turned off the ults. I'm going to go ahead and ult Leah. And I'm hoping that's not going to kill everybody, which it does almost instantly. I want Tarvos's heal to go off. Now Tarvos's heal does take 8 seconds before it triggers. There we go. So we got some attack, Redeemer, and then normal. I'm going to go for a lot more attack in there. But I want to try to get that 8 seconds, and I want to try to get Tarvos to get that heal off. I want to make sure that we are getting that heal. And of course, looking at Leah, Leah is by far my absolute strongest hero that we have in here. So I'm going to wait on the ults. Again, we're just going to sit here. You'll see the healing will pop up right there. And there we go. So now we're fully, and again, we're on room 27 right now, but now we are fully healed, ready to move into another battle. We can throw the ults back on and keep going. So there's the crit, normal, and then physical. I'm going to go ahead to get through these shields because, of course, we did give one of the buffs we did give was the shield at the beginning, which means normal attacks are going to be doing 100% more damage to the shielded enemies, which again, the curse was the shield that we picked up. We're going to be able to get through there a little bit quicker. Even if I went through here and really, I'm wondering if just Leah, if I focused on just using one single ult like Leah, and again, Tavros took quite a bit of damage there. I mean, that's half hit points right off the bat. So subtract explosion. And again, we're going to go with the crit and the crit damage. Treasure camp, again, missed a fate. Looking for the ley lines. This is what we're looking for. It is maybe the ley lines. It is. There we go. Ley line breach. This is what we are looking for. So the reason for this is you want to sacrifice a rune, and you want to sacrifice a legendary rune. Now you can see we have coins, we have a rare, we have an epic. Legendary is what we're looking to sacrifice, and you'll see why. Now this room does not stack. This is only a room that you are going to use one single time. So we're going to go ahead and remove a legendary rune. That is burnt, so that was the immunity. Bad one to get burned, but 25 attack, 15% defense. And of course, remember, we have a lot of runes that are buffing the attack, the defense. We have a lot of stacking abilities within this game mode, meaning that this team is far, far stronger than they originally were. And of course, we do pick up another curse, maybe to be the guild coin, 0, shield. Now look, all enemies gain 30%. All enemies gain a shield equal to 25%. I'll take the 25% over the 30%. Plus, we're doing 100% more damage to the shielded enemies, which means we should have the ability to get through them a lot easier if they are shielded, in fact. Yeah, 30 floors done. And if you have any tips, if you have any tricks, if you have anything for the endless runs, absolutely, guys, let me know. If there's something that I'm missing in here. There we go. Battle is going down. We're going to pick up the divine protection again because I don't want my heroes to die. And I want to see if we can get a couple more floors in here. I know the level that we're at with the heroes we have, it's incredibly difficult to get through here. But there's another 12 tokens. And it goes right back to another 1,000 points for the floor. We're doing pretty good. I've been scoring about I think it's been about 250. 250 has been about where we've regularly scored in here. And right now we're at what, 208? Boom, there's the ult from Starfall, from Leah. She does so much damage. It's kind of crazy in there. Even there, that was Cyrus's ult, 240,000 damage. All right, we're at 217, so we're getting towards the end of our run. Creeper, again, physical reduction. I don't like the exploding undeath. I don't like the ones that they have to die to trigger it. I don't want anyone to die in here. I know it's inevitable that they are going to die, but we do get to a point with the runes that we run out of runes to actually pick up, which again is kind of crazy, but yes, we do get to that point. And I feel like we need some more of the Light Leech on Karuk. And he does also possess his immunity, but we are ranked 24 right now. 225. Subtract, exploding. We'll go ahead and take some HP down. And as you can see, all the debuffs that I'm actually picking up from the rooms that I'm choosing is not the magical one. It's not the one that contains the staff. We want to try to cut down any of the magical part that we get. So Tavros, come on. Need some heals here. See, and we got, what, 7 seconds in. One more second, he would have triggered that heal because it does trigger at that 8 seconds. Hero Guard, subtract, Redeemer. There we go. I want some lifesteal. Much as I'd like to get the Imperial Decree. Now, Merchant, I think I'm going to go Merchant one more time. Reason being, we have picked up quite a few guild coins in here. Or the currency. I don't think it's a guild coin. Kind of looks like the guild coin, though. But looking at the Merchant, we have 339. And what are they? Dungeon coins. There we go. This one, again, number of uses 1. We can do this again. Boom. There we go. So the shielding is gone for the 25%. That unfortunately doesn't leave me anything else to buy. I could have probably picked up this one to get a little bit of a heal. And then, of course, this is only going on 1 Guardian. So I'd like to get rid of the curse. The curse will make a big difference. That got rid of a 25% HP shield on there, which again, when we're getting through these floors, it seems like it's going to be a little bit easier. And we are already 26 minutes into the run, and there's a curse. Fingers crossed, dungeon coins. Backline, reflect damage, energy is reset. Ooh, that is bad. The strike is really, really bad. They can instant one-shot your guys. Now, of course, physical damage is going to be hard reset. I'm gonna have to go with Bone Spurs. I think this might kill us for the front line. I'm gonna have to watch to see. Cyrus just took. Look at Karuk. That's what it does. The damage reflection, I think that might have been a very, very big mistake in here, but we're at 23. I'm going to have to rely on probably not even ulting them is what I'm thinking. Because again, physical reduction, we don't want them to be doing more damage. I want to tone back some of their damage. So I feel like this is the point we're going to have to go on manual just to make sure that the front line is just doing literally their regular attacks. If not, those ults are just gonna burn us right through. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swap this to the non-ult, just the regular attacks. Because the tanks are just gonna be the frontline meat shield, so let's turn this off. Boom, there we go. And even there, guys, look at the damage they're taking. Yeah, there's the big healing. Room 38, which again, around 250 is where I've been landing. There's 253, so we're getting pretty close to our best. Of course, exploding. More defense in there. Hoping a few more rooms. I feel like if we can complete a few more rooms, the score on this is going to be really good. Now, of course, when it comes to my tanks, I need gear. I absolutely 1000% need a lot more gear than what I have. It is definitely a part that I've been lacking a lot as of recently. I need some tier 6 gear. I need some legendary tier 6 gear to really boost the defense, really boost everything that these heroes have. Now, exploding Imperial. I'm going to go for the Imperial Decree. We're going to continue building that one up. And again, I'm hoping this front line is not going to die through here. But we got all of our buffs. I mean, we got the ley lines, we got the camp, we got the merchants, we got pretty much everything that we are looking for in here. And I'm thinking like Leah with the damage. Yeah, that it's going to go down quick. 22. So we are doing very, very well in this run. There is 271. And as you can see, now we only have 2 choices. That's because we are running out of everything. Camp, we could pick up an extra one, but again, let's go Mist of Fate. See if we can pick up something new here. Probably pick up or possibly pick up some more coins is what we're looking for. Nope, just right into another boss fight. Again, looking at our casters in here. Yeah, see, Cyrus died. And you can pause it, you can restart it. And this is where I said, when you're going through here, you can actually squeak out a couple more floors out of here. Davros, I'm going to go ahead and ult as well, see if we can take down 2 or 3 of these targets. And there we go. Now Cyrus didn't die. Rank 21. Wonder if we can get in the top 20. Whew, 280. Boom, last rune that we got. And I believe that is all the runes that we can get out of here. I think that is it. Might have to try the higher level. When it resets tonight, we might have to try the stepping it up to the next level. We might be at that point now. Another curse, fingers cost guild coins. Shield, reset, reset. Ooh, that's pretty tough. Let's go back to the bone shield. Because honestly, what I'm hoping is some of these shields are going to protect the front line from a lot of the damage. And again, see, I'm going to try it a couple times. I think this is the point where I might get a wipe, guys. We're already at 280, which this is my best run that I think we've ever done. But I think Cyrus is going to be going down pretty quick on this one. Let me try it one more time. And it gets to a point where the enemies just do too much damage. And I mean, that's really the honest truth. But we got some good heals right there. There we go. Got it down. That takes the 280 plus. That's getting there. And again, runes, that is the last rune that we do have. That is the very last one. So we do pick up another chest. And I believe, what floor are we on? I think we're around 50. This is a good run. I am so glad that I recorded this. There we go. 2 more boss fights. Let's go with this one. If we can get through this floor, I'm going to be pretty excited because, again, we're way over 250. We're at 280 something already for these boss fights. And what floor are we on? 44. Yeah, we have made a lot. And look at Cyrus, guys. They are just getting burned down. Yeah, Cyrus went down on that one. So I'm hoping, again, maybe with the damage, we're going to drop in the back row. And with the immunity, there's 298. And you can see we didn't get anything out of there. It literally just went to the next room because we have all of our runes that we can get at this point. We'll go ahead and fight. Let's just kick this on and hope for the best. Because again, there's the immunity, but I got to see if I can take down all of the enemies in a short amount of time. Even the immunity there, which I think we're going to get this one down. Oh, we do. There we go. Casters, flying, hide it. And there is 20, guys. We got to the top 20. 307. Again, this is the best run that I have done. Now, of course, this room we're just going to get completely run over. I could see it happening already. This is going to be just a run over room. Yeah, we don't even have any ults up. Yeah, 2 swipes. Yep. So that's our run. Room 46, though, this is by far the absolute best. And again, I'm going to have to step it up from difficulty 1. On the reset, I'm going to see if we can go ahead and move into the next one. But very, very happy with that run. And I hope it helps. Some of the explanation, and of course, some of the buffs in there you can't duplicate. You can't get more than one. But looking at what it gives us out of here, guys, it almost literally tiers this all the way up. Forging a piece of gear and enhancing a piece of gear. So I can actually go in here and we can fuse. I got 3 of these chests. Again, we were kind of waiting for a legendary. Boom, there is a tier 6. And unfortunately, that is one. And look at how horrible those stats are. Very, very bad stats in there. Then, of course, looking at some of the extra stuff we have in here, I'm just going to drop in, let's say, another chest. This one I'm just going to recycle, but I did it for the daily. We get more than enough out of there, but continuing our last 2 quests, which, of course, enhance a piece of gear. And I don't think we can right now. We're going to have to wait to get that piece of gear to go ahead and enhance. But look at that. Got some more scrolls out of there. Got some more diamonds. That is what it's all about. And even looking at the summons, we're getting close. I bought some more of these. So I actually picked up a couple of those out of the shop. Again, kind of on the fence with if they're going to be super effective. But all right, guys. So that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.